Hello guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to draft your basic body pattern. So these are the tools I'm going to use for it. So this is going to be my starting point. So from there I'm going to take my the length of the blouse. So I'm using 23 inches. Just gonna be marking with my pen, then I'll rule it with my marker. 23 all through. Then I'll rule with my marker. Then you're going to be adding 1 or ½ inch seam allowance. So I'm going to do that as well. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my vertical measurement, that is from my shoulder to my bust line, which is 9 inches. I'm gonna be using my pen, then I'll rule it with my ruler. Nine inches. And my waist, my shoulder to waist is 26 inches. Also gonna be using my pen, then I'll use my marker to rule it out. So the length of the blouse is going to be my hip line, which I've taken already. So I'm going to rule it out now. Then to determine my chest line, you can either use your shoulder to shoulder measurement for your half of your shoulder measurement for your chest line, and you can also divide your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be using my bust divided by 6, which is my bust divided by 6 is 5.7. 5.7 plus 1.1, that's 7.2. So I'm going to be using 7.5, which is 7.5. Then before I take that, I'm going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Which is 7.5. Now, from your shoulder to shoulder measurement, you need to come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Then for the neck, I'm going to be using 3 by 3 inches for my neck. 3 inches for my neck depth and 3 inches for my neck width. So I'm going to take the neck. I'm going to be taking the neck, which is this. That's the front neck. Then the shoulder slope, I'm going to be taking it now. So this is how it looks like. So whatever you get after dividing your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, then you measure it here, which is 7.5. So 7.5 is going to be my chest line. That means my chest line 7.5. So that's going to be my shoulder, my armhole length. So I'll just use my marker. So this is what I have. Then you extend the line, which is this. So once you're done doing this, we are going to be taking the nipple to nipple measurement, that is your distance between your bust. So mine is 3.5, so I'm gonna be taking the 3.5. This is it around here. 3.5 up to your bust area. 3.5. Then so now from your hip line, which is your blouse length, you come up by 2 inches. This is it around here. Come up by 2 inches. Then from your bust line here, you come down by 1 inches, because you don't want the dart to extend up to your bust point. The dart has to stop 1 inch under, 1 inch below your bust point. So now I'm going to be taking 1/2 inch on both sides, which is around here and also here. That is, you're going to be taking 1/2 inch on both sides at the waistline. So now you connect from the 1 inch below your bust line, then you connect it here. This is what I have for my waistline measurement. I'm going to be taking the horizontal measurement. So my bust is 34. So 34 divided by 4 gives me 8.5. So this is going to be my 8.5. So my waist is 31. So 31 divided by 4, that's going to be 7.75. Then plus the 1 inch for the dart, the dart I'm taking in here, then I'm going to be having 8.75. Going to be having 8.75, which is around here. Then my hip line is 38. 38 divided by 4, I have 9.5. So this is my 9.5. So now I'm going to connect the lines together. So because this is our hip area and our hip is not really straight, so after drawing the lines, you can just, curve it out. Since our hip is not straight, then you also bring this line, then you pull this line down as well. So this is it. So now I'm going to show the armhole line. Then you determine the midpoint from this place to this place, which is, I have 7.5 here. So the midpoint is going to be 3.75, which is around here. So now I'm going to draw my back armhole first, which is here. So you can just measure 1 inch upward, just to guide you, just as a guide. So to guide you on, so that you won't go too deep on the armhole area. So this is just a guide, So you draw it. So now from the midpoint, you come in by 1/2 inch. Can you see the 1/2 inch? Then you are going to draw a straight line from this place up to the 1/2 inch. Then you take your curve ruler and then you curve it out like so. Curve it out like this. So you just blend it. So this is going to be my front armhole, while this is going to be my back armhole. So now I'm going to repeat everything I did here. I'm going to repeat it on my back pattern. I hope you understand this. This is our bust, the bust line. This is the waistline, and this is the hip, which is also the length of the blouse. And this side is our armhole. From this point to this point is the shoulder to shoulder measurement. and this is our shoulder slope. And I told you to determine your armhole line, you need to divide your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. That is how you determine your armhole length. Or you can also use your shoulder to shoulder measurements as your armhole length. And when you are taking it, remember, you must take your shoulder slope. You must have taken the 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So from the 1 inch, that's when you now take your shoulder length, your armhole length. So the first thing you do is you cut your back armhole before cutting the front. You need to cut the back before cutting the front. So now this is my shoulder slope. And also, before you cut this out, you also need to determine your back measurement. The standard is 1 inch depth. You're going to be using 1 inch depth. So if you want to cut it on your fabric, you can make it lower than this. So I'm just going to give it a curve. So now you are going to be cutting. So now this is what I have. So I'm going to use this front to cut the back. So now you are going to place the front pattern on the back pattern, just to use the front to cut out the back pattern. And remember, the back pattern has zipper allowance, 1 inch zipper allowance. So I'm going to give it a cut. You extend the neck, cut the neck as well. And cut the shoulder. So now the next thing is, every measurement you have here, you are going to transfer it to the back as well. You are going to transfer it to the back. Okay, so this is what I have for the back bodies. So you remember the shoulder to bust line, to your bust, shoulder to your waist, and also my blouse length. My blouse length. So now the only difference here is that your dart is going to extend up to your chest line. That line you took the armhole, that's where your back dart will extend to. Remember that at the front we came down by 1 inch from your bust point, but here your dart will extend to your chest line. So I'll take half an inch on both sides of my dart. Half an inch. Then remember, we came up here by 2 inches from your hemline. Then you connect it. So you connect it here, like so. So now this is what we have. Then you connect to this place too, but when you are connecting it, make sure you connect it to that your bust point here. Even though when you are taking in the dart, you are going to extend the dart up to the up to your chest line. So this is what I have at the back. So now, to avoid folding at the back, You see, at times when people put on blouse, you see the zip is folding at the back. So to avoid that, you need to take in half an inch. Can you see? You need to go in by half an inch, and then you connect upward like this. Can you see what I did? You connect it upward, and then from here you come up the same way we came up here by 2 inches. You do the same around here too. So you also connect to this place. Can you see? So let me connect this line again. So this is what the back looks like. So I'm going to cut it off. So now when I cut it off, so for the front bodies, I'm going to be cutting the neck and also reshape the armhole. So I'm going to be reshaping the armhole, which is here. So this is what we have for the front bodies. So can you see? So that's all for this. So this is what the back looks like. Everything, both the front and back, is the same. The only difference is the armhole. The front armhole goes in more than the back armhole, and for the back you extend your dart up to the chest line, and also at the zipper area you go in by half an inch to avoid folding at the back of your zipper. I hope this video is helpful. If it is, please like, share and give me a thumbs up. Thank you and bye.